Mr. Speaker, I rise in strong opposition to this bill, which irresponsibly slashes over $1 billion from programs that protect and support the ability of our local police, firefighters, and emergency medical personnel to quickly and adequately respond to a disaster or a terrorist attack. The destructive flooding across the Mississippi Basin and the devastating tornadoes in Alabama and Missouri have demonstrated the need for a rapid and effective response to save lives. This is true of other parts of our country, like my home city of Los Angeles, which is vulnerable to fires and earthquakes and is one of the top 10 targets for a terrorist attack. My police departments, firefighters, and first responders have said that the cuts in this bill will delay their implementation of a badly needed interoperable communication system, which is critical to their emergency coordination efforts. It was the lack of this kind of technology during the 9/11 attacks that contributed to hundreds of deaths. The cuts in this bill also jeopardize the security of our nation's ports. The Port of Los Angeles Long Beach, for example, tells us that the cuts to port security grants would seriously threaten their ability to protect the port and to continue critical security training programs. An attack on this complex alone would have devastating consequences on our economy. FEMA Director Craig Fugate testified before our subcommittee that degrading the capabilities of state and local governments would likely magnify the impact of a disaster and ultimately increase the total cost to taxpayers. This bill turns a blind eye to these realities. It is a dangerous bill that weakens our national security and undermines the ability of our first responders to safely meet the dangerous challenges they face every day. America cannot cut its way to greater security. Today's realities require that our first responders and our Department of Homeland Security receive funding commensurate with the scale and the severity of the threats America faces. I ask my colleagues to join me in opposing H.R. 2017. I yield back the balance of my time.
The gentlewoman yields back the balance of her time. For what purpose does the gentleman from Alabama rise?